Alright, so I know this is kind of hard, so bear with me, but my project is called Intervention for Developing Place Value Concepts. I worked with Joy, and she is an 11-year-old female in the 5th grade. She has a diagnosis of EBD and autism, and she spends most of her day in the special ed classroom, and that is where intervention took place. She's currently performing at about a 2nd grade level in math, well below her peers, and her IEP states that she needs assistance in place value recognition as well as reading and writing numbers and ordering numbers. So that is why we largely focus on place value. The Common Core standards in Minnesota, and the Minnesota State Math Standards say that students in 2nd grade should have a basic understanding of place value in order to be successful down the road in math. With that said, my goal of this intervention was to help Joy build her place value understanding and her ability to read and write numbers. And so the following objectives were in place. Given a blank place value chart up to the 10,000th place, Joy will use slips of paper with the place value labels on them to mark which specific place value belongs in which space 4 out of 5 times. Given a number larger than the 100th place, Joy will be able to read it correctly 4 out of 5 times. And lastly, given a set of 3 numbers ranging in value from 10 to 10,000, Joy will be able to order them in ascending order correctly 4 out of 5 times. So intervention took place over 7 weeks. We started with place value recognition and moved to reading and writing numbers, and lastly comparing numbers. CBMs were administered each week, and activities were also used as formative assessments. The first objective, we focused on the first 2 sessions, color-coded place value charts that looked like this were used, and as you can see, like each of these spots are labeled in different colors, kind of, you can see that. And so Joy would be asked, which place is the 4 in? And she would say tens or purple, and then we would later move into more independent practice for Joy to understand these concepts. And then she was able to use flashcards ranging from 0 to 9 to manipulate numbers, and she would be able to create numbers and all that with these tools. She also was asked to verbally state place value positions versus just the color, so that's when we moved to the more independent practice and they weren't labeled. Objective 2 was focused on during sessions 2 through 5. 10 frames and counters were used for grouping purposes, and then Joy had to verbally state the number and write the number given, and then the color-coded sheets were used for the bigger numbers, and I would either make the number and Joy would identify the number or the place value, or Joy would make the number and that I gave her for more practice. Prompts throughout these sessions, such as what number do these counters make, and show me blank with the flashcards were used to facilitate the practice. And lastly, objective 3 was focused on during session 6. Questions were often stated as groupings of blank thousands, blank hundreds, blank tens, and blank ones were used to show me that Joy was understanding the grouping aspect and place value aspect of these numbers. And then flashcards were also used again, and Joy could order, or we played a match game and a match-like game, and she would pick 3 cards and then have to order them from least to greatest. Like I said, CBMs were administered each week, and they were taken from easycbm.com. And they were at the 2nd grade level and focused on number expression. And activities each session acted as data collection tools, and that was tracked on this sheet. This was the different sessions and like what it focused on, and then this is the number correct. Again, the goal was 4 out of 5, and you can see Joy met that most of the time. I also allowed Joy to play Connect 4 or a different game about halfway through the session because an hour got to be kind of a long time, so she was able to have a little brain break and be more engaged throughout the entire thing. Moving to the results, Joyce, this is the CBM graph. 3 CBMs were conducted to start to collect baseline data, and her median score was 8 out of 16 correct. And the blue represents her goal line, increasing at about 1 per week, or 1 additional problem correct per week. And Joy just performed slightly under her goal, but she made increasing progress throughout the intervention, which was reassuring. In other words, she began performing at 80% accuracy, and by the end, she was performing at 81% accuracy. So it was a good increase to see. And then this represents the activity data, and like I said, the goal is 4 out of 5, and place value, she met it. She got 80%. Reading number, she met the goal, and then ordering number, she met the goal. Writing number, she performed slightly below at 60% as she continued to confuse the numbers even after instruction, but she definitely improved. That data, like I said, was collected on this sheet, and then at the end, Joy got to make a pretty graph. So I outlined the numbers for Joy to fill in, and then she got to color them because she loves to color, so it was a good motivator, and she was able to see her progress. Additionally, the last session, I showed Joy her CBM graph so she could see that she was making really good progress, and she really liked that. So that was good to see. I found that the CBMs were useful to see her overall progress from start to finish, but this data correlated more with the activities that we were focusing on, so I was able to see more specifically how she was performing on the expected activities, and it was kind of a pain because I had to make them, not gonna lie, but it was worth it because Joy definitely enjoyed the activities and she was making progress and succeeding after instruction, so that was really good to see. So with that all said, Joy made satisfactory progress throughout the course of intervention, and by the end, she seemed more confident in her ability, so that was good. Thank you.